Hello and welcome. And since you've already subscribed and paid for our services, we assume you're watching this onboarding video to get a quick understanding of how to use our platform. In this case, we'll walk you through what to expect, and remember that our team is always here to assist you regarding any sort of questions or clarifications concerning the app itself or the platform itself. Our main goal is to get you using the application at full capacity without any sort of hurdles whatsoever, and get you through to use fully the capacity of the platform as soon as possible. In this video, we'll explain to you the core features and the main functionalities of the platform in detail, one by one. Just to emphasize, this walkthrough is only from the admin perspective of things, so to avoid any sort of confusion whatsoever during this walkthrough. So for signing in, for example, you've received already an email from us with your credentials, which means your email and your password. So in this case, we just simply log in into the app while using those. And in a situation where, let's assume you've logged in from your own desktop to your profile, as you can see here on the screen, you have a sidebar on the left with all the main functionalities. And by the way, we'll explain to you each one step by step. So the home page would be the dashboard itself, and in the top right corner you'll find the settings icon and your admin logo as well, or in this case the issuer logo, but we'll get into it right later in this video. In the top left there is your company logo, and clicking it always takes you back to the home page, which would be your dashboard. We'll go through everything one by one, and by the way, you'll likely need to designate somebody, a person on your team whatsoever, who understands all of this and manage the app manually. A person who's going to add data, making changes, and handling operations. In this situation, I'm here to help, obviously, which is the reason of this video. But in this case, this person that you have designated for this work will get up to speed when it comes to the work itself. First off, you would need to fully import all the data matching perfectly. But you would need to know that the user's image might be missing in this case. The second one would be the partial import, where some parts are missing, but then you would either yourself complete the rest manually or let the user do it by himself. Then after that, the third one would be the quick registration via the landing page itself, where the user fills out a form and a profile opens automatically on your admin side with just those 4 basic data points, and they are notified by email when it comes to this, and the reminder of it must be completed manually by the user or the admin. And the fourth one would be the full manual registration by the user if they skip the landing page. So you would download the app and go through the full registration process themselves. So these are your 4 options in this case. So make sure to handle invalid data carefully, but yet we'll cover that in the import section next. So let's start with the import section first, as it's crucial whether your account is blank or already has data. For those with existing data, this is much more easier, or if you've imported before or can import now. If not, I'll switch to a demo app with users to show you. Also important to note that every time a user goes to the landing page and fills out the form, a profile automatically opens up on your admin side, and that means that you've been emailed with those data. So only those 4 initial data points are filled, and the rest is up to the user or you as the admin to take a look at this. Now head to users, as I've mentioned before, in the sidebar, and then press import. This explains how to add users in bulk if you're following along. It shows the required file format. You can see that it is required with XLSX, XLS, or CSV files, and the maximum file itself. So let's use an example. Click import, select our sample document. You'll see here a list with 3 categories, which would be available, which would be the green color, invalid for red, and duplicate for yellow. So let's break them down one by one. So when it is available in the green color, these are contacts ready to be imported. It is important to remember that it only imports fields that match the user registration profile. Some might be missing, like bank details, other info, or the profile image itself. So these can be added later by you as the admin or by the user when they log in and complete their own profile. If even one piece is missing, the user is classified as what we call incomplete. So you'll see this in the users section later. We'll explain how to manage that from the admin side at that time. Duplicate, which would be the yellow color, which means the user already exists, and you can remove them from your import file. They could have been entered manually before or even created automatically via the landing page. And yet again, the third one would be the invalid ones, which would be the red color with an X. It tells you exactly what's wrong, which means it can be, yet again, invalid email address or the format. So in this case, you could just edit or delete them in your file. Otherwise, you can't import them into your system. So only proceed if everything is green. So every contact is green, and then import the users and later complete any incomplete ones yourself or let the user handle it in place in time. Now, assuming you now have at least a few users into your platform, let's dive in and give you a full app walkthrough with all the functionalities themselves. Into the top right corner, you have two icons. First, the settings icon. You can click on it and set your app language to English or either German. Next to it, you'll find your logo, and clicking it opens a menu with logout and the button issuer. Issuer is key. This is the entity to issuing bonds or assets. Issuers can vary for bonds or shares or by market. So always create one here. When you click in, you'll see fields to enter, including legal form. So this is crucial because your company might issue under different names, prefixes, or legal forms in other countries. So it must match exactly what's on documents and paperwork for shares or bonds. Issuer info auto-generates documents later, like it can be contracts, certifications, invoices, and much more than that. So that's why it goes through as what we call a review or approval before going live itself. So one important clarification now, and this will come up again, is when you hit the button for review, approval, submit, it's waiting for what we call a super admin. That would be us in this case. It is to approve things like creating an issuer, bond, or share. This in this case ensures that no errors can happen before you go full speed into your sales, your issuance, or even with user transactions. So in this case, you could just contact us and we'll review and approve quickly in the situation. So it's like how you'll approve users. In this case, we do the same for you and on key items like bonds, shares, issuers, and other critical elements.